Hey, I'm Robert Cielo, your automotive connection for the greatest machines ever built by man. If you're looking for a reliable economy car, I am not your guy. But if you're looking for a limited edition or one-of-a-kind car, I know where they are and I know how to get them. I've been dealing in luxury and exotic cars for as long as I can remember. You name it, and I've probably sold it. Over the years, my buddy Phillip has gone from pro athlete to investor, financial author, super vegan, and he's the go-to guy for advice for his NFL friends, especially when it comes to money. Whenever they want an amazing ride, he sends them to me. I know how to stick to the budget. Finding and closing unbeatable deals on high-end vehicles is my specialty. If there's a unique car or supercar you're after, I'm your guy. This is South Beach Luxury Cars.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, Phil, what's going on, brother?
Doing well, man. Hey, listen, I have a couple guys who are looking to buy some cars. Now, I don't really agree with them. I don't like buying things that depreciate, but they insist. So I'm trying to lessen the blow a bit.
Whatever they need, I make one call, two calls, I've got something for them, so.
Yeah, so my guy, JR, he's a social media influencer. He likes the Porsches. He likes it fast, flashy. That's just what he likes.
Oh, I got an option for him. I absolutely have something for him. I gotta get the specs on it, but it's a 14 black turbo.
I know you can get the car with no problem. I'm just trying to make sure that we don't overspend.
I got you, man. Look, you gotta be a little flexible. They gotta be a little flexible, but the numbers will be right, and we'll put a deal together. That I can assure you.
All right, cool. So the other guy, I actually played with him at UM. You might know him, Brian McKinney, big offensive tackle. So he needs a lot of space.
You got to put him in an SUV, probably the G-Wagon, just because it's a big square car with tons of room. That would be my first option.
He loves his Mercedes. He's looking to spend some money, but can we keep it around 220? Can you work with that? And do you think you have enough room inside?
I should be able to be in that ballpark. I mean, I've done a bunch of these, and they do range anywhere from really 180, 190, all the way up to 250, 260, depending on which one, and even 300 if you do the box. So, Phil, listen, let me get back to my chicken breast and my salad. I don't want the lettuce to wilt, and I'll get back to you. Let me try to source one of these cars for you, all right?
All right, man. Hey, this is why I called you. You always get it done. And it's good to see you finally cleaned up your eating. Kinda.
All right, brother, we'll talk. Bye. We're at Brickell Luxury Motors today. Phillip introduced me to a gentleman that needed a 14 Porsche Turbo. Brickell Luxury Motors happen to have the car. It's a black one with black interior. It's exactly what he's looking for. I reached out to Richard Bustillo. He's the GM of the whole place. I've been dealing with him for years.
I'd say the relationship with Robert is kind of like a heavyweight fight, you know. Sometimes he gets a shot in, but most of the time we get our shots in too. So no matter how much we fight, he always lives with the car. What's up, Robert? You know, they said that a whale had gotten here, brother. I didn't realize you gained a little weight there.
You know what? I'm gonna leave. I'm not even gonna buy the car. What's going on, my friend?
I did living the dream, brother. Living the dream. South Florida doesn't get better than this.
Oh, God, you know that. It's gorgeous. A little too hot, though.
It's a little bit hot. But so is this Porsche.
Yeah, it sure is. My guy likes the car. Been looking for a black one. It's got to be black. I showed him the car, on video, and he likes it. So this is the car.
Yeah, when we BLM certify the car, so we ran it through a 250-point inspection, made sure everything got done with OEM parts, so the oil change and everything was done with OEM parts. And you know how hot Porsches are right now. You got a 2-year waiting list, so it's getting harder and harder to find these cars.
Okay, all right. Enough with the build-up. The bottom line is I got to get a good deal. That's the bottom line. I got to get a good deal. I know you guys have it in there for 122, I think.
122.
122.
That's a fantastic deal, Rob. Take a look at the car. I mean, you tell me where you're going to find a 14 with 21,000 miles with this kind of equipment set up like this at this price. It's a great deal.
I gotta tell you, I like the car. He likes the car. The contrasted stitching, the white dials, the sport exhaust. So the car itself works for us.
Okay.
Ultimately, the issue is this. I gotta be right at around 105. I mean, somewhere in the vicinity.
With this kind of heat, you're trying to give me a heat stroke. You know I'm asthmatic. You're trying to give me an asthma attack. How about this? take a look at the car. Let's go in the AC, and I'll see if I can cool down the price a little bit to something you're happier with.
All right, let me finish up the car and then I'll come inside and see you.
All right, I'll see you in a minute.
All right. My goal was to keep him out here and sweat him into a good deal. But he wanted to drag me inside, negotiate the deal in the AC.
Yeah, to get it close to 105, his name would have to be on the building. And he'd have to be bringing lobsters every day of the week and help me finance my home, because that's not gonna happen. 105 is, we don't have that kind of margin, but we could come down something to where he would be a little happy, somewhere in the middle. What that is, I gotta look it up in the computer in the AC.
I deal with a lot of athletes. They all have kind of different taste, and pricing is, comes and goes. But every time I deal with one of Phillip's guys, it's got to be right on the money. Richard, 105, does that work for us?
You're still at that 105 number. I mean, what if I go down to like 120? Does that get us closer to where you need to be?
I think you need some water. Should I go get some water?
You're gonna have more than water to get close to 105.
Richard, I can't do it at 120. There's no way. I mean, I gotta be, let's say 107.
Dade County's 7%. $100,000 investment should give you at least 7%. I think I'm in this car for 102,000.
You and I have done a lot of business together, and I'm not a backseat buyer. I mean, this is a real deal. $1,000 makes a difference to me. I really need to be at 108.
Robert, you do buy a lot of cars from us. I'm confident that we'll continue to do a lot of business together, so I'll go ahead and do the deal.
Okay, let's drive home the deal.
All right.
And listen, dinner's on me.
Oh, that'll be a first.
What do you mean? I buy dinner all the time.
Dude, the last time we bought dinner, my daughter was 6. She's in college.
She was older than that, a little bit older than that.
I'm picking good wine. Let's go have dinner tonight.
Let's do it.
All
Done.
right.
So I went in there, I fought it out. I offered him 105. I realistically didn't think I could buy the car for 105. I was surprised that he sold it to me for what he sold it for. I think it had a little bit to do with friendship and a little bit to do with future business. So listen, with the wine that he's gonna choose, and I'm sure he's gonna order steak, lobster, shrimp, it's gonna cost me a little bit of money. But you know what, at the end of the day, it won't be 12,000, so I'm okay. So I spoke to JR yesterday, finally got to meet him today. He's a great guy.
So my budget is 110, and Phillip says Robert can make it happen with that. Getting Phillip to go ahead and okay the car was probably the biggest challenge, but from here, smooth sailing. So I'm looking forward to meeting this guy, Robert.
Hey.
Hey, you must be Rob.
What's up, JR, man? Nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you in person.
Talking to you, finally I got to meet you.
Yeah. So what we got, is this her? As soon as Rob and Phil start sending me pictures of this 911 black on black, I knew I had to have it. Then I saw it in person and it was like even better than what I imagined. Just opening up the door and sitting down in it felt powerful and exactly what I need in my life, speed.
This is the best part of my whole deal. It's handing you the keys to this car, man. Congratulations, you're gonna love it. And you need anything at all, you got my number, you call me.
All right, man. I appreciate that.
Be good, man.
Take care.
Congrats. So I bought the car for 108, and I sold it to him at 110. That was his budget. It's a nice car. I didn't make a whole lot, but at the end of the day, I'm looking long-term with Phillip. And JR's a great guy. So I think that ultimately I'll get more business, and it's an investment in my future. I'm over here at Brickell Luxury Motors. I come here a lot. Phil recommended this guy, whom I've spoken to. He's an offensive tackle, and he is a big guy, one of the biggest guys in his position. So they would love to drive a Ferrari, a Lambo, a Corvette. So unfortunately, they just don't fit in them. The G-Wagon, the G63 is a twin-turbo car. It's the best of both worlds. They get a SUV, which gives them the space, and they get the performance. And these cars are kick-ass. I'm gonna be dealing with Harvey. Harvey's a super tenacious guy. I happen to know his dad, who's in the business as well. Great salesman.
This is Harvey Purveyor. I'm a sales specialist here at Brickell Luxury Motors. Got a phone call today from Robert Cielo. He has a lot of experience in the business. I think old dudes like Robert, they're pretty cheap. They want a bargain, but I hope he doesn't think he's gonna pick on me because I'm young. Success is more important than experience, I would think, and I've had a lot of success in the business. Well, they call me the babyface killer, and they don't call me that for no reason.
It reminds me a lot of me. A long time ago.
All right, Robert, let's take a look at this thing. Here's the keys. Open it up.
All right, Harvey, you got 2 keys?
I got 2 keys and books. It's like you're buying it brand new. So this is a 2021 G63. It's finished in polar white, and you got the Bengal red and black interior. It's the hottest spec in Miami. This is the one everybody wants. You can't even get this at Mercedes-Benz.
So let me ask you a question. So you've sold a bunch of these cars, right?
Yes, I have.
And I've sold a few of them, but I've never really sold one to a guy that's 6'9", 330.
Okay.
Have you sold anything to a guy that's that big?
I have not, but the good thing about this car is it has fully adjustable seats. So you can adjust the lumbar, you can adjust the side bolsters, you can adjust the height level on the steering wheel, the seats. So it's a very luxury-oriented car, so they think of everything, you know, and it's very comfortable for anybody, any size. They're known to have, you know, tremendous headroom because of the classic box style, you know.
Right, and I think that's a selling point on this car. What we have to come together is on the numbers, and that's where I need you to fight for me. Phil's friend has a budget of $220, but I want to give him a great deal. I'm buying this car today, and I'm going to try to pay $195.
So we're asking $220 for the car, but like you said earlier, the most important thing is that you like the car and you think it's a perfect fit for your customer.
How close do you think you can get to $195?
So $195 I can't do. Too much of a spread. We're asking $220. You know, it's a very, very hot car. Nobody has it. And we have a lot of people calling on the car just because of the color combination. I knew it was gonna be a long negotiation after he offered me $195. Me and Robert are going back and forth. It's extremely hot out there. So as we're talking, in the back of my head, I'm thinking to myself, if this guy passes out, I'm gonna get fired, I'm gonna lose the sale. So I told him to come inside, sit down, and see if we can get something done. I try to be polite. I was taught to respect my elders. Him, you know, seeing me pull out the chair for him, I don't think he liked that too much.
Harvey, what is it with the pulling the chair thing? It's like I'm the grandfather. You do that for your date, not for me. Now, we gotta get together on this number. How close are we?
Do you like the car?
I love the car, so my guy will take the car. It's white, it's red, it's got great miles, it's a great car. I buy wholesale. I'm at 195, 198, trying to make some money. So, I mean, how close can we get to that?
So I get your part, Robert. I know you buy wholesale. I know you're looking to make a little bit of money. But let me show you something here on the computer. I'm gonna show you what the wholesale value is on that car. So wholesale value on that car is $206.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm not disputing you. I think you're right.
We're asking $220. You know, that spread is typically our margin on this type of vehicle.
Guy was pretty solid. He knew the material, he knew the car, he knew the market. And I was negotiating, and I'm trying to find a kink in the armor. I had to pull out the dad card. Dad and he and I worked together for years. I know him very well. I was about to pick up the phone and call him. I know your dad. I know your dad very well. We worked together for many years. You win some, you lose some. 204, you get a sale.
So he brought up my dad and made me think a bit. His hand was sticking out. Didn't want to leave him hanging too long. So I did think about it. Came down and didn't want to be too firm out of respect. 205.
205's done. Let me tell you something. For a baby face, you negotiate great. Great job.
Let me get that chair for you.
Oh, jeez. Well, he kind of stuck to his guns. I mean, I went to shake his hand at 204, and he threw 205 at me as we were shaking hands. At that point, I just kind of relented and gave it to him at 205. The young buck got me for one. I'll tell you what, babyface is a lot tougher than he looks. I'll give him that.
So Phillip recommended Robert. Said Robert gets good deals, so I'm all about deals. Wish I could have like a Porsche, but I'll be wearing the Porsche, so therefore I'm gonna go for a G-Wagon or something that fits me. So I'm down here now. Robert said he found a vehicle within my budget, so I'm ready to come here and talk to him and check out the vehicle. So I definitely know you have a relationship with Phil, because he's the one who recommended you.
Absolutely. He gave me your budget.
Right.
He told me your budget was $220.
Right.
You wanted something big. I got you this thing for $217. Okay?
Save me an extra $3 grand.
All right, let's go, babe. Bring it in
I
here.
appreciate that. Okay.
All right. So we're all good, man. The only thing we got to do is let's sit down and
See
let's.
how it rides, right?
Yeah, man. Let's hop in there and tell me what you think. Uh-oh. Hey, Brian. I think I might need some grease to get you in here. I've been telling them, hey, this is the car for you. I told Phil this is the car for you. The truth is the guy doesn't fit.
It was like a really tight snug, kind of like how I said I didn't want to wear the Porsche. I was definitely wearing that vehicle.
You know, I apologize. I gotta.
No, it's all good. Maybe we just figure out something else in my budget that's bigger.
Yeah, I gotta get you something else, and I got some ideas.
Okay, absolutely. Let's do that.
Come on,
Help me out.
Yeah, I think. Come on. The conversation I have to have is with Babyface. I bought the car thinking, hey, this car is gonna fit this guy, no problem. Now, I'm gonna have to sell it to somebody else. I'm here today at RMC Miami. They happen to have a car that I'm looking for. It's a 94 Mercedes 500e, beautiful car. It's a souped up vehicle. It's not a day-to-day driver type stuff. My client, that's what he's looking for. He's looking for something that raises eyebrows, something that when he pulls up, people are gonna go, oh my God, something that you don't see every day. I know what a regular 500 is gonna be that year, more or less, 50, 60 grand. But I have no idea what this car's gonna be.
Rob gave me a call. He told me he had a client looking for something very special. I don't think anybody else, at least in South Florida, deals with fully customized Mercedes to this level. So I decided to pull it out and let it shine. Bobby.
Wow.
What's up, big man? How you doing?
Boy, this thing is nuts.
Yeah.
I tell you, you weren't far. You weren't far off.
Does it look better in person?
It looks better in person.
Yeah.
It really does.
The car's from Japan. It was built by an auto fashion factory. Completely bespoke interior, exterior, suspension, brakes, engine, all throughout the entire chassis. The car's painted, completely custom painted in Bornite metallic. Everything, it's essentially a resto mod. It's like a brand new vintage car. It's 117.
I was looking at stock ones and they're like 50, 60 grand.
This ain't stock. Don't compare this car to that.
Oh, a little bit more, but not much more.
No. That was maybe in 1987, people used to use that negotiation tactic. That doesn't exist anymore. So yeah, we were discussing the car. I'm showing him all the details, but I know he's already gonna come in and chop me at the knees. You know, he always lowballs me, but we gotta give each other a hard time. Only way to have fun.
I tell you.
A car like this costs 100 grand to build, plus a $50,000, $60,000 car.
I want to buy one car, not three. I mean, let's get.
I got a stock one inside, but your customer doesn't want nothing stock.
Let's get realistic.
Doesn't want to look like everybody else.
So this is a 500e. I buy these, I sell these. It would be a $50,000, $60,000 car. This guy's asking 117 for it. That is over the hill, the moon, like on another level. 117 is, listen to me.
Don't start.
But listen, I don't want to offend you, right?
Talk to me.
Tell
Spit
me.
it out.
No, it's just too much.
Say it.
117 is too much, it's way too much.
Find another one.
Yeah.
Find another one, and then I'll crawl back into my shop, and I'll ask 117 still without you.
Yeah, I just,
tell you to kick rocks.
You got it. Look, we got to come together somewhere. You want to know what I'm thinking?
Talk to me.
90 grand I think, is a fair number. That's the number.
I think that in 6 months, the car's 125 grand. This isn't like the stuff that you typically buy. These cars don't tank in 6 months, they go up. So I had already sent them pictures to show them all the details, all the crevices, to really understand, you know, to what level it takes to make a one-off car and do it right. A lot of people make custom cars, but they don't get to this level.
Well, you know what? I should have sat in the car earlier.
You wouldn't have lowballed me?
I think lowball's a little excessive, but I'll tell you what I will do.
Talk to me.
I think it's worth more than I offered you. I'll give you 97 for it.
I think 110 is the floor, to be honest with you. But that's where I need to be. I paid a lot of money for this thing. These cars don't come cheap.
I know.
Somebody just built it. They know what it's worth. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, but I buy a ton of cars here. A ton of cars. You know that.
I got a lot of overhead.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna buy it for 107.
Are you buying today or tomorrow?
I'm a check writer today.
Where's the
107.
checkbook?
It's inside. Let's go.
Let's get it done, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go get it.
After he sat in the car, really got to see the details and just hear the car and smell the car and look at it thoroughly. He came up on the offer and we came to a happy median.
As Phillip says, it's got to be the Bob Barker price. The price has to be right. My client's budget was 115, and I like to always make at least 10%. It's not quite 10, but awfully close. So in this case, it's the Bob Barker price. The price is right. Grant came over, and you never know. You find cars for them, but usually it exceeds their expectations, but sometimes it doesn't. He showed up. He absolutely loved it.
This car was better than I ever imagined. It was the perfect color. The interior was incredible, as beautiful as you said it was. Unbelievable.
Right? Am I right?
My God. And I wore the shirt to match.
You know what? I was thinking, what a coincidence. I mean,
No, you told me the color, I matched it. I test drive cars. This car is gonna be the best of the best. More people are gonna say things to me than any other car I have. The upholstery is just unbelievable.
it looks factory because it looks exactly like the factory one would look. However, it was made in Buffalo. I mean, it's unbelievable.
He said in Buffalo. It's a little confusing. Was he talking about the Buffalo Bills? Was he talking about in this city of Buffalo? He meant Buffalo skin. It's incredible. When you touch that skin, you're gonna go, wow. The history is so cool that it was built for the Japanese mafia. I'm a storyteller. I want to say the mafia owned it. So now it's in Miami. We're all in the mafia together.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thank you. I can't wait to be on the streets of Miami.
Well,
Thank you.
drive safely.
You
drive
got it.
safely.
Phillip told me that Rob was the guy. I was worried about negotiating the price. Rob knocked it out of the park.
He's gonna show off in that car.